It's a beautiful Monday, and today on the East Coast, at least in my area, it's Eclipse Day. And in fact, the eclipse started just a few minutes ago, but we're only going to be an 89% totality of eclipse, so it'll get dimmer over the next couple of hours, but the sun's still going to be plenty visible. But I'm still not going to stare into the sun, and I'm certainly not going to point my camera long time into the sun, but I'm sure we'll get some sun flash because I'll be maneuvering. Brand new Maiden Flight on this drone. It's the iFlight AOS 7, the UL7. Now, takeoff gross weight in this configuration, I've got a 2800 milliamp hour 6S Lipo on it and a GoPro Hero 11. So takeoff gross weight here is 1,176 grams. That's a lot of weight, but it's a good size 7-inch drone, and I have every reason to believe it's going to fly awesome. All right, well, I'm on the pad now. I've just powered up, and I'm just waiting for GPS lock. Now, with the new M10 GPSs and my RID module, this drone is going to get satellite lock really quickly. I tested it out at home in under a minute for satellite lock and under 2 minutes to get more than 12. I'm really glad to have an RID module on this one. I don't have to go to my club airfield, which is another 20-minute drive from my house. I've got 8 satellites now, so that's how quick I got full satellite lock. Again, just checking radio for connections. Everything looks good. And powering on. 3, 2, and power on. Everything looks good in the goggles. Launching. That was an easy launch. So this is the Maiden Flight. So I'm going to take it. I'm not going to maneuver a whole lot. Boy, it's got a lot of power. I'm only at about 20% throttle and just have really, really responsive motors. Okay, cruising here again, just about 20% throttle, 35 miles an hour. Quad is very stable so far. I know it's easy to talk less than a minute into the first flight. Because of the weight, it tends to sink a little bit more than my smaller drones, my 5-inch ones, 6-inch ones. So I have to remember to add just a little bit of throttle in the turns. That's to be expected, and now I will, now that I've made that observation. We've been officially in the season of spring for a couple of weeks, but it finally just warmed up last week, and this field is really greened up since the last time I flew on it 2 weeks ago. And they've even come out and mowed the 2 active soccer fields. Again, really good video. Everything I'm seeing in the goggles is speaking well. Again, for my throttle position, again, I'm noticing the weight of the drone. Very nice. Try an aileron roll. Of course, they don't have ailerons, but that's the old fixed wing guy in me. And a roll right. Very nice. Okay, again, I was in idle, so of course it dropped some. Didn't drop fast, it dropped some. %, throttle. Got up to 60 easily. Let's try a big loop. came over easy. In fact, I didn't need to pull it over that quick. Very stable, very nice. Let's try that loop again. Just pull it around, let it fall. Yeah, very nice. Very nice. When I'm not maneuvering, the draw on the Lipo doesn't appear to be particularly heavy, but I do notice as I was throttling up for the loop that it pulled power off the battery, and the battery wasn't particularly happy about that. Bring it down a little close to the ground, see if the other cameras can pick it up a little bit. My field that I'm flying here, like I said, there's two very nice soccer fields. They're only good for daytimes. There's no lights here. There's no facilities here at all. That third field is actually for drainage. I got back here quick. And really loving the HD format for my OSD and the goggles that BetaFlight 4.5 is finally fully enabled. And yeah, I know there was other things you could do to get the HD in previous versions, but I was waiting for it to be mainstream, and it is flying right at me and the cameras, yay! There are old pilots and bold pilots, but no old bold pilots. And at over a kilogram of weight at 35 miles an hour, I truly don't want to fly that thing into myself. With the whirling blades of death in the 7-inch props and just the F equals MA energy impact, that would hurt. I did that loop quite nicely. Of course, it was a faster loop. Based on the few reports of the AOS 7, I expected it to be maneuverable, but I'm really impressed in how easily this thing is making the turns and the loops and the little bit that I'm demanding of it at the moment. Yeah. See if I can bring it into my ground camera. Try some slow flight. There we go. Well, this should go good in the camera. Got a really good line on it. And don't hit the camera. We'll try another run like that from the second soccer field. See if I can get a long line to the camera. As they say, B-roll footage. Dodge the trash can. Okay, the battery says I'm really tired. So I'm not going to tax this battery anymore. Ooh, in fact, that battery's dropping really quick. There we go. Coming into land. Let's see how this first landing goes. Well, we're down and we're safe. And that's all really good things. So that was a really successful maiden flight. I'll check the goggles to see how long I was actually in flight, but actually a little longer than I expected on a maiden. It flies really well. It's so stable. I think that's probably one of the design features that they were looking for in the AOS 7. And it's a big quad. One of the nice things about it, in my opinion, is the space that's available for the components. I mean, like I said, I got an RID module on here. I've got the O3 air unit, the usual flight stack and all, self-powered buzzer. I mean, all the things that you want, and certainly had no problem lifting all this big battery and the GoPro. So a great winner. Special note to iFlight USA Repair Center, to Pat Byers. Thanks very much. This came out great.